can't help being afraid.
Professor Fred's movie Marvels is a show you must tune in. It's broadcast every week on SCCtv. It'll make you jump out of your skin. Professor Fred's movie Marvels tonight.
Hello, students. Welcome back. In case this is your first day in class, you have entered the realm of Schlock Cinema 101, where we study and dissect those films that have been largely ignored by the American Film Academy. The films that once populated the urban drive-ins of yesteryear, the B- movies that have now become schlock classics. In case you don't know, I am your professor, Professor Fred Hopkins, and I have a PhD in atrocious movies. I've picked a real gem for today's class. We'll be viewing the 1962 classic Eegah, not to be confused with Igor, name written in blood. Eegah is one of those rare existential classics that only comes around once in a lifetime. 40 years ago, it was criticized for its amateurish production values, but now it seems like an avant-garde, discombobulated cinematic masterpiece. Often imitated but never duplicated, Eegah stands as a dark horse, dog in the manger, cinematic schlock classic. Much, much, much better and incredibly far superior to the banal, putrid, prosaic Encino Man made almost 30 years later. Eegah was directed by Arch Hall Sr. and produced by him under the pseudonym Nicholas Merriweather. Additionally, Arch Hall Sr. plays Professor Miller in it under the name William Waters. The film also stars Arch Hall Jr. as Tommy, the baby-faced rock and roll crooner. The existentially obscure but never to be forgotten starlet, Marilyn Manning, plays Roxy, the sexy teenage sweetheart who attracts the attention of Eegah, not Igor, Eegah, and who also plays Tommy's somewhat disinterested girlfriend. But the real star of the film is the young and very, very tall and formidable Richard Kiel in his very, very first role, playing Eegah. Of course, modern audiences know Richard Kiel as the steel-toothed villain Jaws from such James Bond movies as Moonraker and The Spy Who Loved Me, as well as starring in several mainstream movies like The Longest Yard, The Silver Streak, and Happy Gilmore. Kiel has also compiled a very incredible and quite impressive list of television credits, including myriad appearances on the 60s TV show The Wild West, and perhaps most famously and most incredibly, ostentatiously memorable is his starring role in the Rod Serling Twilight episode, To Serve Man. Enough background stuff already. Let's get to the plot of the movie. Eegah is a totally varnished and mahoganized classic drive-in Cro-Magnon love story featuring cool babes and hot cars. And it opens in a very, very dark, stormy cavern complete with dry ice mist and papier-mâché mummified caveman remains. It's totally, totally bizarre. And let's not forget that Eegah starts with a totally cool jazzy blues guitar riff. What could be better than that? Eegah is a primitive Cro-Magnon, discombobulated caveman type guy who's been living in a desert outside of Las Vegas for 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 years. I don't know how long. Who cares? But it's been a long time, and you can tell that by looking at him. While stumbling around in the desert in the middle of the night, Eegah is almost run over by a sports car driven far too fast by Roxy. She stops, and Eegah comes up with his club and is about to zonk her. Actually, nowadays, he would just call his lawyer and sue. But he's captivated and thrown off guard and off balance and just totally remiss and constipated by her great beauty. And so he decides to start grabbing her and taking her up with him back to his Eegah cave. But his joyous, erotic scene with Roxy is interrupted by pesky, petulant Arch Hall Jr. comes zooming up in his Corvette and scares Eegah away back to his pathetic, lonely, pedantic desert cave. After her rescue from the amorous clutches of Eegah by faithful boyfriend Tommy, Roxy goes back and tells her father, Professor Miller, about her near capture by the omnivorous caveman. Professor Miller then decides to go back to investigate. Well, really, he's just a cheap, sleazy novelist, and he wants to write an exploitative book about Eegah, but it doesn't matter. He goes back and somehow gets separated from Tommy and Roxy and actually winds up in Eegah's cave. When he doesn't come back, Roxy and Tommy decide to go back to the desert in his discombobulated, rundown, trashed-out dune buggy to investigate. Then they stumble back upon Eegah, but that'll all become more visible and more relevant later. Right now, let's do our first pop quiz. You students may or may not know this, but Arch Hall Sr., who plays Professor Miller in this movie and also produced and directed and probably wrote it, was a well-known Hollywood huckster, hustler kind of guy in the late 40s and early 50s, which was sort of his heyday, unless you consider these movies his heyday, from the early 60s. And one of his best friends was Jack Webb, the dour-faced, somewhat expression-deprived Sergeant Friday from the classic Dragnet series and many other police shows that followed. In fact, every police show ever made is virtually based on that show. Well, Jack Webb and Arch Hall Sr. were actually in the Army together as GIs during World War II. And they dated the same women and engaged in all kinds of hustling, hucksterism, kinds of funny plots. And Arch Hall Sr. actually wrote a book about it, which was made into a movie, a 1960s era movie. Now, if you can give me the title of the movie about the annex of Arch Hall Sr. and Jack Webb as GIs in World War II, or, for bonus points, if you can tell me who starred as Arch Hall Sr., you will get the highest grade that I can offer. Enough protracted verbiage. Let's get on with it. Igor, roll it. Igor, roll it.
Roxy, what are you doing in town? Thought I was supposed to meet you up at the club.
Well, you still are. I just bought myself a new swimming suit tonight.
Oh?
Yes. See?
That? Well, I get off work in 10 minutes.
Follow me out then.
Follow you? Listen, I can change clothes and beat you out there. That's my girl. Her father's Robert I. Miller. Writes all those adventure books. You ought to see her swim.
Hey!
Gee, I sure am sorry, sir.
I guess I was thinking about having dinner with my girl. She lives up at the club.
Noah. Ndaka. Yaya. Machida. Ya. Ita. Ay. Ashtamlo. Ashtel. Ashtamlo. Dale. Stamolo. Come on, Zika.
Roxy, it's me, Tom.
Oh, Tommy. Oh.
What's the matter? What happened?
Oh, is he gone?
Who?
Is he?
I don't see anybody. Just take it easy and tell me what happened.
I saw a giant.
What?
Well, I did. Honest, I saw a giant. No, it was right in the middle of the road. Not a half mile from here. He doesn't believe me.
You didn't really expect anyone to, did you, Miss Miller?
Why not? It's the truth.
Honey, a prehistoric monster is a rather large order to swallow.
Dad, I didn't say he was a monster. He was a giant. Well, you know, a caveman.
Club and all, eh?
Yes.
What my daughter saw, she saw. Now, let's just let it go at that.
Okay. But if you see your giant again, let me know in time to take some pictures.
She will.
Dad, you don't believe me either.
Roxy, of course I believe you. I believe you saw something.
Well, I saw a giant. A prehistoric giant.
How about it, Tom? What'd you see?
like I told you, Mr. Miller, I wasn't there until afterwards.
Tommy Nelson, I know what I saw.
Sure, Roxy, but I mean giants.
There were giants. The Bible says so.
Yes, it does, in the book of Genesis. Something about in those days, giants walked the earth.
Well, then.
Maybe we can get some flashlights and go out and take a look for ourselves. Huh?
No, this thing can wait until morning. Now, you kids go and take your swim before the pool closes.
Okay.
In the morning now.
It's a promise.
Dad still doesn't believe me.
Sure he does.
And neither do you.
I swear on my Elvis Presley LP. How big did you say he was?
Oh, bigger than anybody you ever saw.
I bet you were scared, huh?
A little. But I had the funniest feeling he wouldn't hurt me.
Yeah?
In fact, I thought it was kind of cute.
Oh.
Couldn't you have imagined the whole thing?
No.
Now, let's be realistic about this. You said yourself that you fainted. Isn't it possible that you dreamed this whole idea?
No, Dad, I didn't. There was a giant.
Now, I don't want to call this story of yours a lot of foolishness, and I haven't so far, have I?
No.
But if there were a giant, if anyone at all had been here...
Come here.
What'd you find?
I don't know. It sure looks like a footprint, though.
Well, let me see. Look, there's the heel, and there's the toes.
Look at the size of that. It must have been made by
Say it.
a giant.
What did I tell you? And that's for finding it.
I'll find the big boy himself for you if you feel like that.
He left the road right here. Watch out for snakes.
Ooh!
Better go back to the car.
No! He's my giant.
Holy cow, he was standing right here watching us. And then he turned and took off for...
Shadow Mountain. Do you suppose that's where he lives?
It's possible. That would account for his never having been seen before.
It's too bad we didn't bring the doom buggy. We'd go after him.
What for?
To get some pictures. Maybe even to bring him back. A lot of people aren't going to believe this giant jazz.
No, we're not sending about this, you understand?
Why not? After the way everyone laughed at me.
Your turn will come. I'm going up on Shadow Mountain with a camera.
Are you going to write a book about the giant, Mr. Miller?
That's the idea, Tom.
I'll take you up there. My doom buggy's all ready to go.
No, thanks.
It is. I just gave it the works.
There's no offense, son. But I'd like to take this trip in something a little bit safer. I'll see you in about 2 days at the most.
Well, please take care of yourself.
Now, my credit cards are in the desk drawer. You make sure you leave them there.
This thing's supposed to be safer than my dune buggy?
All right, Kruger, let's go. Now, don't you forget, I want you to meet me at the mouth of Deep Canyon tomorrow at 4.
No! Oh, no. No, no.
I love you, Vicky. You know I do. My whole life has changed. Though the first day we met was my last day with you. Vicky, oh Vicky, what have I done? Why can't we make up? We can have so much fun. If you don't love me, I was a fool. Oh, Vicky, you are my love. Vicky, oh, Vicky, I'm so alone. If you could just talk to me, if I could just call you on the phone, would you give one more chance to a fool? Oh, Vicky, you are my love. You are my love. Vicky, you are my love.
Hello? Yes? Dad'll understand. That's just one of those things. Just a minute, please. Do you know where Deep Canyon is?
Yeah?
Are you sure?
Sure, I'm sure. I've been there lots of times. Why?
Don't worry, Mr. Kruger. I'll take care of it. Yes. Thanks for calling. Goodbye.
What's up?
That was Mr. Kruger from the airport. The helicopter blew a gasket or something. He won't be able to pick Dad up.
At Deep Canyon?
Yes.
No problem. We'll get the dune buggy and we'll whiz right out there.
This is whizzing?
Wait till we get off the highway.
Hang on to your garter belt.
There's no road here.
This is what the buggy was made for. Filled with water.
To keep him cool?
No, the weight gives me traction in the sand. Watch this. There you are, Deep Canyon.
I don't see Dad anyplace.
Maybe we're early.
It's past 4:30.
Take it easy on that water.
Well, I don't want it to dry out before Dad gets here. And don't you eat anymore.
Okay.
It's 9 o'clock. What do you suppose happened?
Oh, nothing happened. He's not coming on a bus, you know. You can't expect him to be right on the dot.
I know, but he should have made it before dark.
Don't worry about it. He'll see the campfire and come walking in on us any minute now.
That's what you said 2 hours ago.
Well, he will.
Well, if you believe that, what's the idea of the bedrolls?
Look, I carry all this junk in the buggy anyway, so you might as well get some use out of it.
I'm not sleepy.
So just lie down, take a rest for a while. I'll keep the fire going.
Hey, what are you doing with that?
I always carry a gun in the desert. There's coyotes around a camp.
put it away. We're not playing cowboy.
You know there's mountain lions around here, too.
Well, they won't come near a fire, I know that much. And I'm not going to have you take a shot at something that turns out to be Dad.
Okay, okay. I'll put it away in one condition, that you crawl in and get some rest.
Okay.
If I had 1,000 paintings in a marble gallery, every single picture would be a Valerie. Vitamins are good, they say, and so's a calorie. But I'd feel like a tiger on one kiss from Valerie. I couldn't stand tomorrow, and they could have today. If someone took my Valerie a half a mile away. If I had $1 billion and a banker's salary, I'd spend it all on flowers to give to Valerie.
Now, who's Valerie?
Well, now, wouldn't you like to know?
Tom. Tom.
Yeah.
Do you suppose Dad found the giant? Or the giant found him?
Nah. Giant probably is way up in the mountain. Your dad wasn't going that far.
I guess not.
Oh, it's my transistor. Something's wrong with it.
No kidding.
Yeah, sometimes a bump starts it off and you gotta hit it again to stop it. Oh, I must have bumped it again.
You must have. Hey, have you been at this? We were saving for Dad.
What?
The stew.
I didn't touch it.
Well, I sure didn't. And look at... What'd you do that for?
Listen, if he comes back for that club, we don't want to be anywhere around here. Are you sure it is?
Well, I borrowed it enough. Look at the way it's smashed.
Well, he could have dropped it.
Well, then why didn't he pick it up?
Well, it's broken. It's no good to him.
Oh, well, it's also insured. Let's not kid ourselves.
Let's not jump to conclusions either. Come on, let's try that extra ravine. Go! One way or the other, what do you think?
I don't know.
Well, I'll climb up their ways and see if the buggy can get through. No, you better stay here.
No.
There's no use in both of us going. We gotta come back for the buggy anyway.
Well, then we'll come back. I'm not going to sit here doing nothing.
Oh, women. Look, you stay here with the buggy.
Nope.
And drive it up to meet me when I give you the signal. That'll save us both a trip. Come on.
Well, okay.
Okay. Ah, the gun. Toss it. Give me a blast in that horn if you see anything.
Don't worry about that.
Roxy! Roxy, where are you?
Wow. And was that a no-brainer that Eegah would find Roxy and take her to his cave or what? Come on. And, you know, what is this thing of Roxy looking so much older than Arch Hall Jr.? And the other thing that strikes me as somewhat odd, and I think you should take some notes on, is Arch Hall Jr.'s rock and roll music. I mean, it's cool that he's playing that really cool Fender, but I mean, what's that about? I mean, he's singing about Vicky and Valerie. I mean, his girlfriend's name is Roxy. Get a clue, dude. Come on. I mean, I frankly don't get it. Also, class, I know that all my honor students caught that inadvertent blooper that was left in the movie. It was when Roxy and Tommy are out looking for Professor Miller out in the desert. And there's a scene where Roxy and Tommy are starting to walk off camera, and you can hear a director shout, "Watch out for snakes." Here, I'll play it again.
He left the road right here.
Watch out for snakes.
Oh!
And now let's get on with our movie. But before we do, let's go to the answer of our first pop quiz question. And that question, if you remember distinctly and discombobulatedly, was, what was the name of the early 60s movie written by Jack Webb, co-starring Jack Webb, about the real-life GI antics during World War II of Arch Hall Sr., who plays Professor Miller in this movie and also directed and produced it? I'm sure all the smart ones know that movie was called The Last Time I Saw Archie. And again, Jack Webb co-starred in the film and directed it. The bonus points can be obtained if you know the person who played Arch Hall Sr. in the movie, and I know some of you got that. It was, of course, Robert Thunder Road Mitchum. Very early in his career in Hollywood, played Arch Hall Sr. This 1961 film, The Last Time I Saw Archie, was from Mitchum's middle period career when he was still a very, very big Hollywood star. And now it's time for our second pop quiz question, students. In the upcoming pool scene, you will see the discombobulated, frustrated, angry Eegah throw a flummoxed, chuckle-headed party guest into the pool. That party guest is played by celebrated cult movie director Ray Dennis Steckler. Steckler's famous for directing such cult classics as The Incredibly Strange Creatures Who Stopped Living and Became Mixed Up Zombies. Steckler directed an Arch Hall Sr. production starring Arch Hall Jr. For bonus points, tell me the name of that Arch Hall Jr. film, which was directed by party pool guest Ray Dennis Steckler. Enough already. Now let's get back to our feature film presentation. Igor, roll it. Igor, roll it.
Roxy. Roxy. Roxy? Roxy!
Dad. Oh, Dad.
Oh.
Oh, are Are you hurt?
I think my collarbone's broken.
Here, let me help you.
How did you get here?
Well, we came looking for you, and we were both so worried that we didn't know what to do.
No, no. No. No, no. No, no. She's mine. She's mine.
He understands you.
We got a beautiful friendship going. Take it easy.
Dad!
Don't do anything to scare him.
Me scare him?
Smile. Smile. He likes your perfume.
Smell all you want. Go ahead.
What became of the others?
What others?
Keep smiling. You didn't come out here alone, did you?
No. Tom's with me. I mean, he's out there
Hold
someplace.
still. He's just curious. Hold still.
It's
Hold
real,
it, Roxy.
see?
Oh. He's looking.
What's he doing?
Looking for lice, I believe.
Really?
Careful, honey. Take it easy. He won't hurt you.
He hurt you.
No, I did that myself when I fell on the camera.
Dad, I think you better break this up before I scream.
Tell him you're hungry.
I'm not.
Well, think of the alternative.
I'm hungry.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, hungry. What are those?
Those are his relatives.
They're dead.
Yes, apparently for some time.
Eegah,
Come on, Dad. Let's make a run for it. Here.
It won't work. The entrance is blocked.
Oh, what are we going to do?
I don't know. But we'll think it's stunt. He's telling his family all about you. He told them about me last night.
Think how lonely he must be.
I know whatever he is, he's a human being.
What'll I do?
It'll be all right. Play it by ear, but don't upset him.
Okay.
He's telling them he has guests for dinner.
How do you do?
Well, that one looked like a very important ancestor. Shake hands with him, Roxy.
Oh, Dad. Oh, pleased to meet you. Does he know they're dead?
I think so. He just can't make himself accept it.
I'm not having any trouble. And how are you feeling today? Oh, that's fine.
Lano.
I can't eat any more of this.
Fake it.
That's what I've been doing. Now I'm getting sick.
Eegah.
Is that his name?
It might be. That's the word he says most of the time. Eegah.
Oh, Dad, no.
That's all I need now is a good drink of sulfur water.
Ooh, I don't see how anybody could drink that horrible stuff.
I guess it can't hurt me.
Make it last as long as you can. He won't hurt you if you're doing something.
A prehistoric gentleman, huh? Thank you. Well, here's to you. Ugh. This water doesn't make you strong. You have to be strong to drink in the first place. No, I'm still thirsty. Thank you. That doesn't.
What is it?
Believe it or not, Dad, I'm going to look at his etchings. Oh, this is nice. No. This. Nice. I see what you mean. Dad?
What is it?
Look at this drawing. It's me in my car. This one. It's me.
Roxy! Roxy!
If Eegah makes me drink any more of this sulfur water, I'll die.
We've got to keep him busy.
I know.
And it's not so bad, as a matter of fact. A little bitter. But it seems to have a certain quality that's good for you. I wouldn't be a bit surprised if the sulfur in these walls isn't what's kept these giants alive all these years.
You mean these giants have always been here?
Where have you seen those before?
In that cave in France.
Exactly.
Sure.
Same style, same everything. Definitely prehistoric. Yes, I'd say that he and his tribe have always been here.
Are there others?
No, he's the last one.
How can you be sure?
I took a good look at his family. From the condition of the shrouds, I'd say that the last one died 50 or 100 years ago.
How old does that make him?
Oh, I wouldn't even guess. Here it comes.
No.
Someone's eating.
Roxy? Roxy? Roxy?
Oh, it's you, Dad.
Go see if the rock's in place. He's gone. Now's our chance.
It's there. What are we going to do? What can I do?
Help me back. I gotta sit down. No. Don't touch it.
It's got to be tied up or something, doesn't it?
There's some aspirin in my beer bag.
I don't see it.
He brought it here. Must be around someplace. Keep looking. You probably hid it somewhere.
Oh, here it is.
The aspirin's in that small pocket. Give me 2.
Drink a lot of water. It'll give you strength.
It won't knit bones, honey.
It's got to be tied up or something, doesn't it?
No, it feels pretty good now.
Liar.
That's no way to talk to your
The
father.
trouble with you is I spoiled you.
You sure did.
What can I do?
Nothing. I'll just sit here.
How about if I washed your face? Or gave you a shave? It'll make you feel better. You've got all your junk here.
Okay. Shave down. Look, before he has a chance to block the entrance, I'll get his attention. You run out.
And leave you?
Do as I tell you.
Not this time, Dad.
You were lucky last night. He's had time to think about you.
I'm not going to leave you to get your head bashed in. My father didn't raise me that way. He brought me flowers.
We've got to get his mind on something else. Make a production out of it. Sing, hum, whistle. Come on. Bring him, keep busy. Here he comes. He's interested. He almost forgot to shut the door.
Well, that doesn't say much for my sex appeal. You're running out of whiskers. Now I suppose he wants a shave.
Good. Give it to him.
Anything to please a customer.
Try these. Here. There.
Roxy!
Better watch him with that shaving bomb.
Sit down.
Roxy! Roxy!
You did a better job of shaving him, Roxy.
There.
There's no way of telling how old that fellow is.
You're handsome.
I warn you, Roxy, don't upset him.
Tell me some more about your etchings. You like the pretty smell? Here, this is loaded with perfume. going to try and get him to move the rock. These smell pretty, too. Where did you get them? Out there? Yes, I really think you should put them in water.
No.
I guess you're right. There are plenty more out there. Here, look at this. Look. See? Take it. I'll bet you haven't seen anything like that before. Don't you think it's pretty? Do you like it? Oh.
Give him something else.
Oh. What? I haven't found anything else. Wait. Here. That was a mistake. Don't get the idea I don't like you, but my father. He can see us. See. That's the idea. You'll just move the rock. We can go outside. Oh. No! Oh, Eegah. Outside. You and me. Outside.
No, save yourself.
I'll keep him so busy he'll forget the rock.
Once you're outside, run.
Come on. Outside.
Shut up.
Get after them.
The dune buggy's just down the canyon.
I can do it. Go on.
Tom.
Cool it, Roxy. Everything's all right.
Dad.
He's okay. He's waiting for us.
Hi, kids.
Dad!
Run, kids, run! It won't start.
Let me. Hurry!
What's wrong with it?
I rigged it so nobody could steal it.
Out here?
Dead end.
Which way?
That way.
Everybody okay?
Honey?
Just fine, Dad.
Wowee, there he is. So long, High Pockets.
George, you're drunk. Give me the keys to the car.
No, baby, I just had one. That's all, just one, baby, that's all. I've just had one.
One bottle.
Hey, baby.
You've had enough.
Well, I'll tell you when I've had enough. You do me a great injustice. the keys. I've had enough.
Roxy!
I'm ready, Dad.
Well, I'm not. You're going to have to help me. I can't manage the tie.
Here, I'll do it. Does it have to be this one?
Young lady, that happens to be one of my favorite ties.
But the color.
You gave it to me 4 years ago.
Oh, why, it's lovely. Are you sure you're feeling well enough to go out tonight?
Honey, we've got to go out.
Well, it's not anything special. It's just a party.
Your whole gang will be there.
Yeah.
You can't avoid them forever.
No.
Some of them laugh a little.
Well, if I know Agnes Henderson, she'll laugh a lot. What'll happen to him?
I don't know, but I'm certain we're doing the right thing. If we were to reveal that a giant actually exists, there'd be a whole army out there tracking him down like an animal.
No, they wouldn't. We wouldn't let them.
Honey, he's from another age, another eon. Come in.
Hello, Mr. Miller.
Hello, Tom.
Wowdy, wow, wow. You sure look swell, Roxy.
Thank you. I'll only be a minute.
Is something wrong, Mr. Miller?
We're just talking about our little adventure.
Oh, I see.
You do?
Well, sure. A girl like Roxy don't get over a thing like that right away.
Doesn't.
That's what I say. She's got to get her mind off it. And this hop tonight'll help.
Hop?
Yeah, my combo's gonna be there. Man, they swing.
So I understand.
I'm ready.
Well, let's split then. Mr. Miller, I got my dad's wheels tonight.
Really? Do they fit on your car?
You're funny, Mr. Miller. Real funny.
Grrr.
What's he doing in here? Call the police! Police! Call the police!
Hey, wait a minute, friend. What is this, a masquerade?
That is Miller's giant, darling.
Oh, come on, you can talk plainer than that. Look out, Mr. Cushman, he's for real. What did he say?
He's real.
Of course, he's real.
Jerry, quick, call the police. There's a sign of giants here.
Go! The phone call.
Large man or giant creating disturbance. Proceed with extreme caution.
At the old rock house on the Brownsville Road, crazy things happen according to the code. You turn to the left at the sign of the toad to the empty old house on the Brownsville Road. The old rock house on the Brownsville Road. Crazy things happen according to the code. The code of the ghost at the sign of the toad. Nobody lives on the Brownsville Road. Oh, they scream in this way and they bring in the day, and the weird sounds make you shiver. They dance and they sing till the wild ones ring, and the noise goes down to the river. You see, nobody lives on the Brownsville Road. They grin and they rave of the cold, cold grave, and they do the razzle-attack. Their neck bones click as they swing the chicks. I rock onto the Brownsville Jazz. At the old rock house on the Brownsville Road. A crazy thing.
I don't blame you in the least.
Oh, it's you, Dad.
At the sign of the toad. Nobody lives on the Brownsville Road. Like nobody lives there. Dig?
No, I don't. I agree with you 100%. But perhaps we should be a little more discreet about it.
What on earth are you talking about?
Getting as far away as possible from that music. It's a good idea, but we're guests here.
No, the music's wonderful. I could listen to Tom sing by the hour.
And you have.
I just wanted some fresh air, that's all.
Is it, honey?
No. Dad, I've got the funniest feeling.
What is it?
I can't describe it, but I just know something's happened to him.
Him?
Eegah, the giant, or whatever he is. Something's happened to him.
Roxy, look at me. I love you very much. You're more like your mother every day. Every living thing was her personal concern, and she worried about them.
That's just it, Dad. But you see, worry isn't the feeling that I have. I don't know what it is. He's a creature. Well, you just have to look at him to see that. He even tried to kill us. But yet...
You can't get him out of your mind. That's my job for about 2 more years, if I can hold on to you that long. Then it'll be up to somebody else. Maybe him, huh?
Hey! Where you been? I was belting out a tune just for you in there. I look up and you're gone.
We could hear every word, Tom. I said hear, not understand.
You're funny, Mr. Miller. Really funny. Come on, Roxy, let's dance.
Wait a minute.
What's the matter?
I thought I heard sirens.
Oh, that's Dino's sax. It leaks.
No, mister. Don't.
Charlie, look out!
Don't shoot, Charlie!
If I didn't know they were dancing, I'd swear this was a fight. What? I say, it looks like a fight. My boy is a good dancer.
I'm gonna deck you.
Knock it off. She's my girl.
I'm gonna smash. Look.
Take the fruit. Let's all get him. Come on, you guys. All right.
Eegah! Eegah! Oh, no, don't stop, Eegah!
Come on, let's go.
No, no, no!
There he is. Hold! Hold, they're on fire!
Don't shoot! He just understands! Oh, no!
devil.
Remember, I love you.
Where did he come from?
Is he real?
Who is he?
Yes, he was real. It says so in the book of Genesis. There were giants in the earth in those days. Chapter 4, verse 32.
Eegah! What a tragic, discombobulated, seriocomedic, dramatic, incombobulated ending. Poor Eegah. I mean, all he wanted to do was party poolside and listen to some rock and roll and have some fun with teenagers, but he just got flummoxed. He didn't know the obvious basic rules and mores of party behavior. You don't show up at a pool party in a caveman costume. You don't throw people into the pool. I mean, that's for way later. That's adults do that, not teenagers. So it's just what a pathetic demise to a wonderful, noble Eegah. So anyway, very, very, very sad. I would like to point out another thing about the movie, and that is the leaky, somewhat incontinent beauty of the way that the stock animal footage of desert animals is cut in with the regular movie. I mean, the many times when Tommy will look up and see like a desert wolf, if wolves even live in the desert, I don't know if they do or not, and it's day when Tommy looks up, but the wolf footage is at night, or the little Gila monster, and they try to tint the movie Eegah so it matches the footage, and it's just the cheapest National Geographic footage that they could get. But I think it adds a certain Ed Wood ambience, reminding me of Ed Wood's classic Bride and the Beast, a movie, in fact, the only movie which is over 50% stock footage. We're spared that in this movie, but I do think the disconnected, somewhat shocking and startlingly incomplete public domain animal footage really adds a Chiaresco element to Eegah, name written in blood. Trivia alert, students, trivia alert. You must be aware and must be advised that Eegah was filmed exactly where it happened, on location in Palm Desert, California, and many movie buffs contend that the movie was filmed on the grounds and location of legendary 30s movie comedian Harpo Marx. And now, students, some information about a very, truly, incredibly cool, but sadly misguided, and now, unfortunately, completely obscure rock and roll star actor, Arch Hall Jr., innovative and very, very impressive rock and roll singer. In fact, many, many movie buffs contend that Imperial Records was actually thinking about using Arch Hall Jr. as a successor to Ricky Nelson in the early 60s. Arch Hall Jr. was born in December 1943 and starred in several exploitation flicks for his father, Arch Hall Sr., between 1961 and 1965. He was barely a teenager when he starred in his first film, The Choppers. Arch Jr.'s father, Arch Hall Sr., produced these exploitation films on practically a non-existent budget, but they were all extremely successful on the drive-in circuit. Hall Sr. released these films through Fairway International, his own company, and he usually co-starred and directed the films starring his son. Sr. wanted to mold Arch Hall Jr. in the sort of singing, teen idol acting mode of Fabian or Frankie Avalon or Bobby Rydell, and it could be said that other than the exasperating cheapness and tawdriness of the movies, he succeeded. Sadly, the partnership between Arch Hall Sr. and Arch Hall Jr. was not a happy one, and by the mid-1960s, Arch Hall Jr. had decided to quit the movies and Hollywood. He decided to focus his career instead on music. But by the late 1960s, his music career had fizzled, and Arch began training to become a professional aircraft pilot. He became a very successful jet pilot, commercial jet pilot, and recently he wrote a very popular novel called The Aspara Jet, under the pen name Nicholas Merriweather, the very name that his father, Arch Hall Sr., used when he directed those classic movies of the early to mid-1960s. The book has received excellent reviews. Enough gold bricking, students. It's time to finish up and answer pop quiz question number 2. Remember, I asked you to watch closely at the pool scene in Eegah, where the frustrated, socially inappropriate Eegah invades the pool party and, feeling uncomfortable, does what any caveman would do. He tosses a chuckle-headed guest into the pool. And I told you that that guest was celebrated film director Ray Dennis Steckler. And I asked you to name me the film that Ray Dennis Steckler directed starring Arch Hall Jr. Well, the answer to that is the 1962 film Wild Guitar, in which Arch Hall Jr. plays Bud Eagle, a budding Ricky Nelson-type rock and roll singer who's managed by an unscrupulous, perhaps Colonel Parker-type manager, played by, of course, Arch Hall Sr. under the pseudonym Bill Waters. Additionally, in the pool scene, the woman standing next to Ray Dennis Steckler, who tells him he's for real or some such thing before Eegah throws him into the pool, is Steckler's real-life wife, starlet, and co-star of many of the Ray Dennis Steckler films I mentioned earlier, Carolyn Brandt. As a final note, as you were in bed tonight cogitating the film Eegah, Name Written in Blood, think about the fact that Arch Hall Sr., a.k.a. Bill Waters, a.k.a. Nicholas Merriweather, did the voice of almost every person in the movie except Arch Hall Jr. In fact, he's the voice of Eegah. He's the voice of just about everybody except, you know, the squealing women who go, ee, ee, or the voice of Arch Hall Jr. when he's singing rock and roll. Otherwise, virtually all the voices were by Arch Hall Sr. Cosmic. Think about it. So, be sure and check in again next week, same time, same channel, for your host, Professor Fred Hopkins, of Professor Fred's Movie Marvels Schlock Cinema 101. It's time to go. I will set you free. Igor, unlock the chains. Set them free.
Professor Fred's Movie Marvels is a show you must tune in. It's broadcast every week on SCCtv. It'll make you jump out of your skin. Professor Fred's Movie Marvels. Professor Fred's Movie Marvels. Showing bad horror movies. They're good, but they're so bad. There's a pop quiz